Hello, my name is Edu Niculescu, and I'm the co-founder of a very nice project called CoinCruncher, which is a news and education portal about blockchain, about radar, about crypto and digital currencies. And I was inspired by one of my Facebook friends, Joel Cohn, who is a personality in the internet marketing space and who has a very popular podcast called The Bad Crypto, to start a podcast for CoinCruncher. But for me, bad crypto, it has a negative connotation. So I liked the name. I wanted to use that idea, but from another perspective. And I thought of, okay, which could be a name to have this included, but to have a positive connotation, because this is a new industry and it's very volatile. It has a lot of traps, but also a lot of benefits. And I thought about something, and it popped in my mind to name this podcast something like The Good, Bad, and the Crypto. Right? It's an old saying: the good, the bad, and this thing. And it was a happening to have like a first guest, a very popular character in the crypto space called Crypto Girl, and and it was an opportunity to start this podcast, having her as a guest. And I said, okay, let's do it. She just launched an educational and a trading product in the marketplace. So it was like the things arranged in a very good manner. So to start this podcast today, we discussed about it about 2-3 days, and finally today we are doing it. So welcome, Crypto Girl, to the Good, Bad, and Crypto podcast, episode number 1 by CoinCruncher. How are you doing today?
I'm fabulous.
Do you play the piano? Because I saw that you have a piano there. We've discussed about it before.
I can play with it. You may not want to listen to it, though. I'm not that good yet.
Who is Crypto Girl?
So I am, I just started out in crypto just from a book. The last 2 pages in the book said, buy Ethereum low, sell it high, and get ready for like the world to end, basically. And so one of my friends was reading the book with me and said, oh my gosh, what is this? And he lives in LA, and he did some research, and then dude, he made like $20,000 on Neo. And I had scooped up Ethereum. I remember like it was 2017, beginning of it. Ethereum was so low. It was like a baby coin. And I just started scooping stuff up every week. And I wasn't sure if it was legal. And then like, I think, from like that first quarter, second quarter. So then I ended up meeting my husband, and he was like, I want to film you talking about crypto. And I was like, no. I was like, that's not legal. I don't know if this is okay. And then it just happened. And so I was like, all right, fine, I'll give it up. And I just realized that when I was learning this and learning how to get in and move my money around, that other people just don't have a mentor or someone to hold their hand and teach them the safe zones. So through the years, I've got stuck in bad scenarios. I remember losing like $1,500, and I guess what I didn't know what this was, but a pump and dump. Being innocent in this world, I had no idea people were not honest and had the best thoughts of humanity at their mental mindset. So I'm so excited that I can tell you, like I have a big sister, I learned from her mistakes. So learn from mine, right? And then what ways to go positively. So that's a little bit about me, like where I started from literally a book, like finding out about it. How about you? How did you find out about crypto?
Um, I believe like two years ago. Anyway, I was involved, but just with my toes in the water for about 4 years.
Oh,
But two
wow.
years I started to take it seriously, and at the beginning of 2017, I started to be involved in the development of CloudCoin. I've told you about CloudCoin, which is a coin based on radar. Radar being a technology superior to blockchain. And if that in that moment we said, because we at the beginning we started to piggyback on Bitcoin and on blockchain, saying that radar is faster than blockchain, is more scalable, or the transactions are 100% anonymous. And what I've observed during 2017, many other startups in the crypto space started either to develop a better blockchain or a better version or something like
Yeah.
that. And recently, we changed our statement, saying that Radar is faster than Visa, because it became faster than Visa, and is
Wow.
much faster, far way faster than blockchain. So
That's
it,
exciting.
yeah. It changed a lot, and because I'm going to many conferences, and I meet a lot of influencers, a lot of people. I see so many discussions behind the scene, and um, uh, since the beginning, I wanted to do things in a certain way, so to be, I don't know, very sincere with all the people I'm dealing with, even if maybe on the short term I'm losing a lot, because I don't want to lie people. I said, okay, I want to create also an education and a news outlet where great news about um, it's focused around. So I'm not communicating a lot about volatility, about things like that, but the angle of CoinCruncher is how these technologies are used in business, because there are many news related to companies, because the
Yeah.
future of this industry, besides the trading and other things, it's related with the adoption in the business, in the real life. And when a huge corporation is looking at this technology and it's adopting it, it's a step forward for the industry. And also I had the idea to create this podcast to invite influencers, people who are dedicated to spread this message about this industry, and of course
Yeah.
are doing it in an ethical matter, because this is the most important at the end of the day. In theory, this was broadcasted as a men industry. So for women, it's not very easy to penetrate this industry, but also can be a very nice factor of differentiation. I saw I'm connected on LinkedIn with two, three other female professionals in blockchain and in crypto, and they get along very well.
I think that it's a matter of like understanding what you're doing. So as far as developers, blockchain developers, that's one category. Then you have a fundamental investor. That's one category. Fundamentals, like when you hodl, you're holding your coins for dear life. And then you have technical traders that are just like getting that surfboard waxed and ready. And they're riding those waves. They're waiting for the wave to slightly go in. They're getting their surfboard. They're riding the market waves till the price goes up, and they're jumping off. So when it comes to be female, male, it's traders. I don't know where you're at, but there are some women traders that I'm friends with that we're on, and the stock exchange and NASDAQ and so forth. So I really haven't met many women either, but I think having the name Crypto Girl as the theme for me. I do see some of them out there though. But I'll say you're the expert because I don't check out chicks.
Why did you name yourself Crypto Girl?
I don't really know. I think the domain name was available or something. Crypto Girl Online, or just I guess Crypto Woman sounded boring. And most of the people in this space, it's the younger generation between 21 to 30, that age range. So that's just
This was until like April, May 2017. Starting with the summer, I saw, because it said I'm going to many conventions, events, I saw it's like from a moment, I saw many people in 50s and 60s, investors, venture capitalists, entrepreneurs, people like that going to those conventions. So it was a shift happened, like it said, April, May in 2017. Until that moment, people were, like you said, 20s, 30s. But after that, something happened. Probably the people started to see the potential opportunity long term, because if you are seeing things short term, everything is very volatile. You don't know who to trust. You even don't know exactly which are your due diligence sources, because it's recommended to do your own due diligence. But there is so much manipulation.
My stockbroker friends, one of them in particular, he owns an actual brokerage in New York City, and he's like, I don't want to talk that crypto stuff. And he was talking to me about fundamentals and why, this human being knows like all the CEOs of major corporations, wherever, right, in the United States. So I think the reason why a lot of older generations haven't been interested in this is because they understand that to do a fundamental calculation and to do technical trading strategies, that's when you're taking mathematical algorithms and you're putting them into a very structured, basically, analysis to say, where is that chart going to go next so they can make the most profitable predictions. In order to come up with that mathematical calculation, you need history. And so why a lot of older people, and it's a lot of like stock jockeys, I say, haven't touched it. Well, one, they can't, because the legalities in the United States is that if you work for a bank, you cannot buy something that doesn't have custody, third party. But I guess I don't want to go too far into this. I could talk forever. But the most important thing to know is that because crypto is so new, like if you go on tradingview.com, you don't really pull the charts up for many of these coins because there's no historical data. And they're pulling that data to make educational trading decisions. And technical trading is you're buying and you're selling in like a New York minute. Sometimes it's like you hold that for 2 weeks until it gets to its all-time high and then you jump off. It's the exact opposite of fundamental. In fact, one of my trader tutors, he says, Susie, I call it funny mentals. He completely hates fundamental holders because within the time that you've held that one coin, you could have like ride that wave up 10 times or 12 or 20. Typically, it's like for 2 weeks a month, each coin will have its kind of glory moment. So that's just, I think that's why the fundamentals, the historical data is not there in crypto yet. But as time goes on and the data shows that the blockchain and the Bitcoin, this Bitcoin asset class has been the most lucrative as far as, like, I guess, percentage wise, it beats New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. So you'll see more eyes opening. And I can't wait to see what happens in 2019. It's potential, great potential, I think. How about you?
What do you think about what happened these days? Because I said at Black Friday and Cyber Monday, Bitcoin and Ethereum were on sale, basically. What do you think about that?
Yeah. So I saw the market cap go from 220 billion down to 140 billion, and that was like, whoa. And if you looked at the technical chart, you can actually see a point in the historical database of the trading charts of Bitcoin, that it even went down to 2000 at some point. So if we were going to like kind of mimic that pattern it had in the past, we could still go into 2000, which is why it's so exciting. This tool that I'm emerging, I have found it, and and Philip designed this booster tool to help trading with, and I asked him to implement a tether option. So the reason why this is so important is to use some kind of tool is because if you're positioned in, say, 25 altcoins and suddenly that market cap's going down, we developed a way that you can press one button and it can link to your Binance account, and it can take all of those coins and put it in Tether, which is the stable coin at $1. And it's to this point, it's been very, very solid, stable to $1. So at this point, when you see that market cap, the overall market cap going down, you jump into Tether and you perch your profits. You keep them safe. You stabilize. And then you're like cheering Bitcoin and Ethereum to go down. You're like, yeah, go down, go down. Because you've stabilized. Say you started with $1,000, you turned it into 2,000. You block that 2,000 on Tether. You're cheering. You want that market to go down so that you could potentially double your number of positions that you have after it goes down, because that same 2,000 is locked into 2,000. You buy it back, and then you ride that wave up, and then you perch your profits, and you just do that again and again with a click of a button.
Very interesting.
So I am excited, and the technical trader that is, he's part of our Crypto Renegade training tools time. He teaches the chart analytical layouts, and he's like, I am so excited it's going down because this is really important. Once that market cap goes back up, we were at almost $900 billion January 7th, 2018. Once it gets that high, that's when you jump off and you take your profit and you wait. You wait for it to go back down, because he goes, when it gets so high, then that means there's only typically one way to go down, right? If
Correct.
The market starts going that way. So it's very important that you have a risk management plan when you jump into this market, and the safety net that you have is more important than I think how much money you have to invest.
Correct. And you basically launched this tool and the training with it during this Black Friday, Cyber Monday type of meltdown crypto. And people said it's the worst time to launch that. And other people said
absolutely
it's the best time to launch that.
It's a bittersweet situation, because now I always say we're on summer sale, but it's just like totally like 95% off. I mean, there's really there's nowhere else to go but maybe down another $2,000 on Bitcoin. But the historical bottom is pretty much at like 2,000. So if we went down there, I'll be excited. I'll be like, yeah, as long as you have, if you knew enough in technical trading to tether, or there's the USDC coin now. So there's even Coinbase did a collaboration of stable coins, and I think Poloniex, Binance has it. So as long as you know how to jump into that stable coin, like as I say, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, you will really benefit from a lot of ups and downs. It'll excite you if you get more into technical trading versus hodling, which is an emotional roller coaster. I'm sorry. There's a lot of hodlers out there, and I still have coins that I have to hodl. Okay? I mean, I'm part of the club too, and I do wish hodling was amazing and it was only an upward staircase. But in this case, this is the motion of the ocean. It's full of some fabulous waves. It's just that we've got to learn how to ride them.
And basically, do you do only trading, or also do you do, like, trading, holding, mining, things like that? Which is your...
So my personal portfolio is a collaboration of a lot of things. Like the hodling at this point, I've learned over the few years that I've been doing this, is that I only want a smaller proportion of my money in a hodl position. So maybe like 20%. And the rest is something that's constantly, moving and in motion, meaning like, I also have a few technological advanced algorithms that I follow. I do have a trailing stop loss bot too. So like I have a few different things going simultaneously. I look at charts and then chart overlay algorithms. So I do like manual trading on some things. I do, I've got that 401 crypto, which is what this little tool that we created. It's developed to keep you in the top market cap coins at all times. So that's like a 401k. Like technically you could just set it and forget it, but then you can't get emotional with the waves, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just have to just like, all right, these are my positions. But one thing that tool does, if you just don't have time to deal with the market, but you want to get a piece of the pie, it does automatically sell off. Like if you set it for the top 10 crypto market cap coins, if number 10 drops down to number 11, it automatically sells that and buys you in the number 10 position. So it keeps you there. And then when you allocate the funds, you can do it in two different ways, one equally. So if you have your portfolio set equally, then let's just say Ripple, shoots up again, right? I have mine set when I'm in that particular realm. I have it set for everyday update. So the profits from that Ripple get sold off and gets reallocated. So at all times, that fund has equal dollar allocation per coin. So technically, if one coin goes up, it sells that profit off and buys a coin that's lower. And so that's just kind of like it's mimicked off of an index fund, off of which is basically in the stock market where they give you a selection of the top Fortune 500 companies, and then you stay in those. Does that make sense?
Yes, the problem with those funds is that most of them, they have high taxes, high management taxes, and they
In stocks?
Yes. The usual managed funds, they have a lot of management taxes, so your profit is well diminished over time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anthony Robbins has 2 books, which basically are 2 sales letters for financial services, but he recommends very well the self-managed funds.
Nice. Yeah.
Yes, having close to close to 0 commissions anyway, which are very good long term.
Even though like what I don't like about the traditional system is I don't have access to those stocks. There is the third party thing going, right? But the beauty of crypto land is that I own the keys. I can disable that at any time. I can throw my cash somewhere. I can throw my money into something else anytime. I could probably fund a BitPay credit card with that. I can throw it at any time. I could, usually only changes the top 30% of your portfolio. So once you get to a certain level, I think on Coinbase, you can only take out 2 Bitcoin a day or something, or every exchange has its limiting factor. But say you need to slowly start taking profits out, you can even buy gold now with APACs with Bitcoin. So you can literally take your Bitcoin out of that particular Binance account, buy some gold with it, and you're prepared for whatever potential could happen. There's just a lot of opportunities within the space. You could buy and sell and keep going a few times a day. Unlike stocks, I think that there's some limitations there and how soon you can put the money back in. Right now, there's not tons of regulation, and that's a good thing. We have a lot of freedom with trading right now.
Yes, but the regulation is coming, and
so
Security and Exchanges Commissions, they are talking a lot.
Yeah, and they're going to crack down on exchanges too. So that's why I really stick with the safe ones, and our opportunity to make big money, it's not always going to be there. So I really feel like this next sudden potential surge, could be one of the most important, significant rides that we can participate in, because as the regulation sets in and they go course, they're going to go for every exchange they can that's not reporting to them, in my opinion. So and then the USDC coin, there's one thing about that. In the programming, they can blacklist you from that coin. So say they can control it, I think. whoever owns that. There was a YouTuber that mentioned USDC coin. They hadn't seen any of this programming in a coin before. So we need to understand if there's a global currency coming, who's controlling that? It's not like fiat paper money that can just go underneath your bed. You know what I mean? It's all eyes on it.
What recommendation would you have for somebody, let's say, seeing your product for the first time, which is, I don't know, your main benefit? Okay, let's say if I'm somebody, I don't know anything about crypto, is your program good for me? If I'm, I
Yeah,
don't know,
absolutely.
the
So I
mother of
have some.
beginners, if I'm the father of Bart Simpson, right? Because we in internet marketing, we are saying, I don't know, when you are writing an email, that email, the content should be understood by the father of Bart Simpson. If it's not like that, it's not good. Yes, it's true
So cute.
story.
Okay,
So imagine
so
that Bart
yes,
Simpson will purchase tomorrow your product.
yes, and yes. So I've been doing webinars for a year now for newbies. I am the welcome wagon to crypto land. That is me. And so I literally can dumb it down to the most simplistic mindset. And what's important about just joining for $37, I think it is, you get just a membership. And with that, you get the training videos. So you learn step one, open a Coinbase account. And so I literally learned Camtasia for you guys with arrows and little icons that say do step one, step two, arrow here. And I'm working on getting the script written out so people that need to see it visually can see it. So, but it literally is step one is open a Coinbase account. Step two is how to purchase money with Coinbase from your banking account. Step three, how to transfer funds from Coinbase to Pro Coinbase. Why do you even want to access your Pro Coinbase account, which is part of your Coinbase account? And it's because the fees, you know what, it's only 0.03% to transfer money out of Pro Coinbase versus 3% to transfer money out of Coinbase money. And just there's I'm very detail oriented like that. How to transfer from Pro Coinbase to Binance. But before that, how do you open a Binance account? And then one of the key things with this booster tool is that you've got to link it to your Binance account. So it's very essential that those tutorials are very clear so that people can understand step one, step two, step three. Because ultimately they have to have a Binance account and there has to have funds in there to trade with, right? And so those are the foundational steps. And then the reason why there's a Wednesday webinar, so every Wednesday, that it's essential is because they need to actually have some way to access a human being and ask questions to. And so I've just dedicated every Wednesday, 8 to 9 Eastern Standard Time, just to do tool review, because the thing that I want is that everyone could buy it and use it, because it's such a helpful tool. It's just an actually beautiful thing to look at on your phone, and you can kind of see where your portfolio is, how much money is it worth right now. And if you could just learn how to just watch the market through your coin, you can see your value. And then I have to teach them about the market caps, and there's so much more to learn. So then if you really want to get into it, then you can upgrade to the Thursday webinar, which is just trading. So they can learn how to actual trade and read a chart. That's important. But if you just want to do the 401 crypto and you're just the type of personality that just is like, I'm not good with numbers, I'm never going to be good with numbers, and that's okay, then this is set up so you can have some skin in the game. You can say, look, I have 1,000 or 2,000 in crypto. We're at a low market cap. If it grows, I'm going to be good. If it doesn't, I'm not. But at least you have something. And the pro version of this tool it can give you up to 50 market cap, the top 50 market cap coins. So since you've been in it long enough, you know that those small market cap coins, the smaller ones, they multiply faster. I mean, they go up like 90%, 80%. I mean, you go on recently added or trending on CoinMarketCap, and you could see which one is trending with the biggest earners today. It's normal and customary to see 300%. These are the small market caps. So we had the developer, Philip, he created up to 50 market caps. It's a swipe on the app, and it'll show you like, I'll show you like here is the, these are the coins right now. But if I wanted this little thing right here, if I swipe it all the way to the right, let me move it. So it says like, I don't know if you can see that, 50 coins. I click update settings, and then it shows me like, here's all the 50 top market cap coins. So, and you can change that to 49, 48, 25, whatever you want to do. And then you would just update it, and like, boom. You don't have to go to Binance and type in your buy order, your sell order. But you could be positioned in all those coins. So as you see the dominance, the market cap dominance, it's typically around, it's at 50